Hello everyone and welcome back to the FIDE Grand Prix 2019. Again, it's the battle between Alexander Grischuk and Jan-Krzysztof Duda. This time Grischuk with the white pieces. As you know, two of the classical games have been drawn, and then Duda takes the lead by winning the first game of the Rapids. This is the second game of the Rapids, and if Grischuk does not want to be eliminated from the FIDE Grand Prix, well, from losing the finals, he has to retaliate in this game. So he has the white pieces. It's all up to him. So let's see what happened in the second rapid game. Grischuk with the white pieces opens with d4. And okay, we have knight to f6, c4, we have e6, knight to f3, and now not d5. Here we don't have the queen's gambit decline, but rather b6, the queen's Indian defense. It seems that young Duda is not discouraged by all the, Alpha Zero trash talking the queen's Indian defense. But okay, we have g3 and the bishop to a6, attacking the c4 pawn. We have b3 defending it, and now bishop to b4 check. We have bishop to d2 defending, and now bishop back to e7, as you usually do in the queen's Indian defense. We have bishop to g2, and now d5. Both players castle. We have castles by Grischuk, castles by Duda, and now knight to e5, an excellent square, a nice central outpost for the knight, not allowing knight c6, as the knight covers that square. If knight d7, you can just go knight c6, attack the queen and the bishop. So just an excellent square for the knight. We have c6 by black and bishop to c3. The knight is now on the bishop is now on a very useful diagonal. We have knight f to d7, offering a trade of knights, and here there are a few known moves in the position. C captures on d5 is a known move, knight to d2 is a known move, just captures on d7 is a known move, but knight back to d3 is not a known move, and it is as of move 11 that we have a completely new game. Now, I think in all of the games between Duda and Grischuk, it's been like move 11 or move 12 was a completely new game, so that could be saying something, or not, But okay, a completely new game, and Duda goes for d captures on c4. We have knight to b4 now, attacking the bishop, seemingly sacrificing a pawn, but not really, because after knight captures, the c6 pawn will be undefended. And also, the pawn is under attack now, so you have to play something. With c captures on b3 by Duda, allowing either captures the bishop on a6, or perhaps you could even capture on c6. Grischuk goes for knight captures. We have knight captures, and now bishop captures, which comes with an attack on the rook. And here, rook to b8. Duda goes rook to b8. Rook to c8 it seems to be somewhat stronger, as it forces the bishop to retreat. With rook to b8, he basically gives Grischuk a free move, which Grischuk uses very wisely. He plays a captures on b3, grabs a pawn, and opens up an attack against the knight here. And now, after knight to b4, as you have to move it, knight to b4, we have bishop captures on b4, bishop captures, and now just rook captures on a7. And now, after all is said and done, Grischuk ends up being up a pawn. So what happens here? The knight is under attack. You have to do something about that. We have knight to f6, and now e3, strengthening the chain here. And from this moment on, Grischuk will be enjoying his extra pawn. And here, Duda admits that rook to b8 was not a great move. He moves the rook all the way to c8, and now bishop back to g2. We have rook to e8, preparing rook to e7 to trade off a pair of rooks, and now knight to d2. Grischuk starts developing the knight, bringing it into the game. Rook e7, we have rook captures, and now bishop captures on e7, and now knight to c4. An excellent square for the knight, also pressuring the b6 pawn. There could be ideas like queen a1, queen maybe somewhere around there, to threaten the b6 pawn. Bishop back to f8. Not wanting the bishop on e7 to stay at target, as like we mentioned, this could be an idea with a double attack on the pawn and on the bishop, so the bishop will be safer there. Queen to a1 by Grischuk, and now b5, pushing the knight either back or forward. Knight to e5 by Grischuk, and now comes queen to b6, just keeping everything in order. Duda needs a draw, and he wins the FIDE Grand Prix. Rook to c1 by Grischuk, as Duda's back rank is pretty weak. Grischuk, of course, wants to take advantage of that. We have rook captures on c1, queen captures on c1, and now queen to a7, asking what do you want to play. But Grischuk is not afraid of any queen to a1 checking idea, so he just plays queen to c8. And here he has a lot of really interesting ideas. One of them being, well, if the queen just remains there, bishop to c6 followed by bishop to e8 followed by bishop captures an e7 check. That just seems like a very nice maneuver. I might even use this as a thumbnail. We'll see how it goes. But here, Duda, instead, well, you could go queen a1 check. It is possible, but there's no merit to it. For example, bishop blocks, and now you don't have time for knight e4, knight d2, and captures on f1 because knight d7 just wins on the spot. There's no countering this. So after, and if you defend with queen to a3, yes, that is possible, but then just bishop captures here, you lose a pawn, and you can never move the queen from the defense of the f8 bishop. So after queen to c8, Duda played b4, but b4 is not a very useful move, and also it just takes away one of the squares from which the queen is able to defend the bishop on f8. So here Sasha plays a very interesting move, and well, feel free to pause the video and try to find which is this move that wins the game for Grischuk in this position. Well, I give you a couple of seconds. For those of you who were able to do it, congratulations on finding such an intriguing move. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, no, it's not the move we mentioned. It's not bishop to c6. If bishop to c6, then there is time. If you want to avoid this, there's time. You can go bishop to g6, and then sorry, you can just play g6, create some breathing room for the king. And now, if you play this, then the knight just captures it, and the f7 pawn is nicely defended. So there's no problem there. The real move is bishop to b7. This is the point that Grischuk made, and now the threat is just horrible. Queen to c7 followed by queen captures on f7, and there's no defending that, especially since there's no way to defend the bishop, as you'll see. Duda tried, he prevented queen to c7 with queen to a1 check, king g2, and now queen to a5 guarding the c7 square, but only now that the queen moved from sort of defending the f7 pawn, now bishop to c6, and now this threat is very strong. Queen back to a7, Duda says nope, we're keeping an eye on that, but now it's different. Now bishop to e8 comes, and black lost a very important tempo because black did not play g6. So here the threat is just bishop captures. If you allow that, it's game over. So what can you play? Duda played knight captures on e8, and here Grischuk did not recapture, as you might think, but rather he played knight to d7, and it was in this position on move 32 that Jan-Krzysztof Duda resigned the game, and Grischuk equalizes the match. They go into the shorter rapid tiebreaks, which is very exciting stuff. So here you don't have a move. The point is that queen captures on e8 followed by queen captures on f8 mate is coming, and there's nothing black can do to prevent this. Literally nothing. You could prevent mate with h6, but that just allows queen captures here, and whatever you do, queen captures here comes, you're gonna be down a piece. So and you're gonna get mated very quickly. So very exciting stuff, and I was very impressed with this whole maneuver. Bishop to b7, winning a tempo, then bishop to c6, then bishop to e8. Just wow, really awesome stuff by Grischuk. So very exciting that he was able to equalize, and we'll see what happens in the shorter time controls. I do hope you're still enjoying the coverage. So that's the game. I do hope you enjoyed it. I would like to thank James Dunn, Henry Campbell, Piotr Skovronski, Gokulji, and Tyler Morgan for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check two of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon. Most definitely continuing the coverage of the FIDE Grand Prix, checking up on your wonderful suggestions, and so on. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and keep enjoying your excellent Sunday. See you soon.